when I'm alone, which is usually the majority of the time. But I do a lot of my thinking at night when I'm zoning out. And it came to me because I think it's something I may have heard with AB or somebody. Did it ever occur to any of you that the taking Sebastian out on that Sunday was deliberate and articulated? Okay, just bear with me. There are many similarities to the Summer Wells case, with each case having a male dial 911 to report the child missing, but they were not there allegedly with the mother and the child. Let's go back in time to the Summer Wells case. Candace Bly Wells went to Kingsport to pick up a child who allegedly she hadn't really been talking to. Don't really have verification of that. But anywho, she picks up this boy child to hang with she and a small child and also pick up the grandmother later from the hospital. Many of us believe that was a setup in the Summer Wells case to use the child as bait alibi to say, oh yeah, down the road. Yes, I was with her, Summer, grandmother, went here, there, blah, blah, blah. Was the Proudfoot's niece used as an alibi for down the road when somebody decides to question the child? She could say, yes, I spent time with them. We went here, we went there. Because my understanding, Seth says to someone he talked to, so I'm starting to lose count. Did you see a video of your child and the mother come out of the restaurant? And was there anybody else there present? He said no. But allegedly they spent time with this young child, I guess at the bowling alley, skating rink, wherever they went. Was that child used as a ruse, as an alibi? Do you see where I'm going? I got to go to all these places to be seen because naturally these places would have some type of security footage or CCTV footage inside and outside of their establishment. So when they orchestrated this crime, either she did it on her own or she did it with her husband, however it went down. Later it can be said, oh yes, we saw her go in, we saw her come out, we saw a child with them, blah, blah, blah. Now detectives go to the child. Hi, how are you doing? What did you do today? Where'd you go? Who picked you up? Who dropped you off? See where I'm going? Why are both of these cases eerily similar? Okay? Okay? Why are they eerily similar? Because there are times when I believe that when people decide to exact crimes, they take pages out of other notebooks to true crime. They take notes out of other crimes. And I got a feeling, Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot, you've been looking at other scenarios. And this is eerily similar to the crime that's not too far from the Queen here in East Tennessee. And I do believe this was an articulated, deliberate crime to rid thyself of an autistic boy child. And when I ponder the Summer Wells case, I really don't even think about the Summer Wells case. With this one is reminding me of the Summer Wells case. Let me switch that up. And as I was sitting here about to turned me something on to watch. It came to me. I said, they used that little girl, the niece. You used that little girl. So there can be one more person to say, oh yeah, I was with them, blah, blah, blah. We went out this time, we did this, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to throw a child in the mix of this nonsense. And that's no different than what Candace Blah did with Boy H. And I think we all have seen how that panned out with Boy H. A child not having the best life, getting caught up in trouble, which is usually a sign of problems at home. And I don't think a lot of people really wanted to acknowledge that Boy H had some serious problems at home. May have had some developmental issues as well. And that turned really ugly just the past couple months with the passing of his mother. So see, people don't really think about the things they do when, one, they're out planning a crime, and then they go out here and they involve other people. And I do believe that little girl was used as a ruse to this crime. And I do believe this is a crime. I do believe. We're approaching 6 weeks. Nobody kidnapped him. I don't think anybody lured him out of the house. And with this new information of cameras in the house and watching him, then that means they watched him walk out and they knew exactly where he went at some point, which means it's still BS. You're making all this up. You didn't have to watch him walk anywhere. You didn't have to make up more nonsense. Because if you have security in your home, Mr. and Mrs. Proudfoot, you shouldn't have any problem with telling that day one. So now I have to ask you, what have you told the authorities versus what you've told Nancy Grace, the news, podcasters? When are you going to just finally tell the damn truth? You all are dirty as hell. And I pray the truth is revealed pertaining to Sebastian Rogers, because I would hate to see this case linger on like Summer Wells. We're approaching 3 years with her. Okay? 3 years. And I pray to God that this case does not go that long. Because at that point, you all will feel like you have won. Probably not, Bandit. Probably not. But there are some eerie similarities. And as I said, I was just sitting here zoning out, and it came to me. I said, oh my goodness. Boy H was used as somebody that could say, we went here, we went there, blah, blah, blah. You saw how that unfolded with Chris Madonna, and thereafter, up until here recently, his mother getting sick and how ugly that situation got. And I thought, oh my goodness, this is a damn repeat of Summer Wells. This is a repeat. And I don't know if those people watched what happened on YouTube with Summer Wells, the Proudfoots, but it is eerily similar. It's too similar with a man doing the phone calling of a 911 call. She inviting another child to go along for this heyday, this or what most of us might say, the Last Supper. Oh yeah, the Last Supper. Was it his last supper? Katie Proudfoot, did you intentionally take this child out to different places to be seen, to be with the niece, because you knew he was never going to be seen again? And you had to put on for the camera and this person and that person of what happened. And you really weren't equipped to call 911 to tell them what happened. You couldn't even lie that much. Because what all did you have to say? Oh, I woke up and he wasn't in his room and I don't know where he could be. Yeah. You couldn't even do that. This is some strange stuff going on. So I'm going to ask this one question, and then I'm going to check out of here. Did you take your niece out on outings with you and Sebastian? Katie Proudfoot, Christopher Proudfoot. How often did you take Sebastian out to eat? Number one. Although we've seen a picture of you all out, naturally people have to eat. We're not going to assume you left the boy in the house alone. But how many times did you go out to eat? How many times did you invite that niece along for outings to a bowling ring, skating ring, picture show? How many times? That's what I'd like to hear. The mother of this niece, are you going to come forward and tell us how many times your niece spent time with Sebastian Rogers? Was it often? Did he go over to your house and play with your child? Did they go on outings together, functions, to the movies, trips, day trips, family trips? Did you all come up here to East Tennessee, to the Smoky Mountains, to Dollywood, and rent cabins and Airbnbs up my way? I'm very curious now. You know, there's a lot to do up here where I live. The Great Smoky Mountains, Dollywood, great place for children. Did you all ever bring Sebastian up here to the Smoky Mountains? Did you all make it a fun weekend for the family? All the relatives, Big D and everybody. Did you all ever come up here and spend time together? Oh, I'm very curious. Oh, and I would love to know the answer. Seth, maybe you could talk to the Queen and tell me if you know about any trips up here to the Smoky Mountains, to Dollywood, and all the amusement parks and different things to do up here. Because there's a lot to do up my way. Bumper cars and Ripley's Museum, the aquarium, so on and so forth. I'd like to know the last time you all came up here to Dollywood, Smoky Mountains. And how many of you came up here? And did you bring that niece with you? Oh yeah, I'm very curious. And where's the mother of the niece? What do you have to say about this case? What do you have to say about your daughter being one of the last people as well to see Sebastian Rogers? And how would you feel knowing your child was used as an alibi to say she saw him last with Katie Proudfoot? Is the niece of the Proudfoots our boy H from the Summer Wells case? Thank you for joining me. You've been listening to The Vault Exhale. You all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.